Hey, it's pretty cold outside, at least in the northern hemisphere, and you might be wondering how to improve your home insulation. And so did we. And this is the solution we came up with. So instead of insulating the whole staircase, which would be pretty prone to errors, we decided to build a lid on top of the staircase, which is opened by a very cheap electric actuator. Around the lid, what you see here is a gasket, and there is a piano hinge on the lower side. So this is the lid. Actually, this is hard foam, which is also a little bit structural, but has some support here with a wooden beam. And there is double-sided tape around the edge where the gasket is mounted. So the material thickness of the foam boards is 30 millimeters, and this is polystyrene foam. And they have these intersecting sections which are also glued together, like the boards are glued to the wooden board with some polystyrene glued, so it's glued over the whole surface. And on the right side here you see this piano hinge, which is mounted to the complete length of the lid, which gives a lot of structural support and also helps with the sealing of the whole construction. So what I will show you next is the linear actuator that we are using for this project, which was bought from AliExpress for around 40 euros. I will give you the link in the description below, and you also need a power supply with 12 volts and at least 3 amps. So in this setup there is a multimeter that is parallel to the power output of this electronics board. And to steer this actuator, you press the button B and then it will start extending. You can then stop the movement by pressing the button C, then continue the extension with B, and then you wait till the full length and then it will automatically stop, but the voltage on the multimeter is still there, so there is a normally closed end switch on both ends of the linear actuator, which is also bypassed with a diode, which means that when you press the button A and the voltage is then turned into positive, the current can flow into the opposite direction through the diode and power the linear actuator, because the diode on the other side is bypassed by the not actuated, normally closed switch. In case you're wondering how to find the right mounting position for the lower side of the actuator, stay tuned. So what you see here is basically a very simple drawing of the situation that you've just seen in the video. So this is the staircase here. Just show you that for the orientation and then put it away again. And then you have the lid in the two defined positions, which is A, the lid is closed, and B, the lid is open. So there's an attachment point of your linear actuator to the lid, which is marked green here, and the lid is turning around this blue marked point here, which is fixed with your building. So the lid is turning around this blue point here. And what you're searching now, of course, is the point where to mount the actuator at the wall. So this can be done pretty simple actually, because you know where you have your lid closed and you know where you want to have your lid in the open position, and your linear actuator gives you two defined lengths. So there is a defined closed length by the limit switch, and there is a defined opened length by the other limit switch. So you put the lid into the closed position and put the actuator into the shorter position, and then you just draw a circle, of course not a whole circle, but just a section of a circle on your wall, maybe with a pencil to rub it away afterwards. And then you also do that for the open position. Just draw another part of a circle And then you have your intersection of these two lengths. And this exactly is where you mount the lower side of your linear actor. So if you want to have another defined open position, like maybe a little bit more closed or a little bit more open, then this position of your circle, of course, is somewhere else. So like it will still stay on this opening curve, actually, that's for sure. So if it would be here, your intersection would be there. And if it would be like more open, maybe like here or something, then your intersection would be there. So you can reach any angle with this approach, and it's actually really simple and intuitive to do while you're having your things in hand. So while the lid is closing, the video is coming to an end, and I want to thank you for watching, and I also want to thank my father for building the lid, and in this case also for filming. He filmed the video of the linear actuator running on the table, so that was pretty helpful to get you to an explanation of these things. And now I want to show you a very simple method on how to check for the seal. And the lid is completely closed, and then the light is switched off in the room, and you see that there is a pretty good ceiling around. Just close the door here to give you a little bit better impression. So now it's completely black. There's just a little leak there, and that's a really simple check. So hope that helped, and stay warm in winter.